TINUBU submits 6.6 trillion naira supplementary appropriation bill to the National Assembly on Thursday. Development, the presidency has perfected necessary arrangements to send a supplementary budget to the National Assembly, which also include the purchase of new aircraft for Mr. President and Vice President. But according to this day, there was a check that this is not to purchase a private jet for the personal use of Mr. President, but according to them, they said this is an aircraft that will be a property of the Nigerian government. And they said they will be selling 3 out of the existing planes in the presidential fleet, but they would not sell it until they check and do some certain maintenance to ensure that the presidential jet is in good condition before they sell it out. Obviously, some certain amount of money will be going into that maintenance before it will be sold out. They would then add money to it they'll add money to it before they can sell it out. Now, here is the conversation. In order of priority, do you think that now, with what we are having, with the situation that Nigeria is in currently, do you think getting a new aircraft is needed at this time?
We all know that this government is not concerned with what we think. If it has to do with what we think, of course, what we are talking about now shouldn't be the matter on the table, because we all know what the country is facing currently. So if we are to go by what the people really want, of course, it is not now. It shouldn't be now. It shouldn't be now. Now, if they want to be sold, I love the fact that they want to sell the old ones. If they want to be sold, and if they really want to sell off the old one, must they spend more money before selling it? If they don't sell it in good condition, let them sell it as scrap. They buy things as scrap, right? So the only thing is that the value will go down. But instead of having to spend more money, because all this spending are not coming from individual pockets, right? So this thing they should consider. If we should channel all these resources, that are going out, for the interest of people that are meant to serve us, into the need of the people they are out to serve, I believe we'll have a lesser issue to be talking about in Nigeria today. Buying 6.6 trillion is a very huge supplementary. They are just 1 year in office, for crying out loud. I don't know if they are calling this one supplementary. I don't know, because they'll surely find another name to call. Because, of course, if in 1 year they finished a whole year, the budget, of course, there's going to be need for another budget. So that one will not be supplementary too. So it's really bad how this thing is happening, and it is happening, and we keep on happening because they are not accountable to us. They don't care how we feel. Take it or you leave it. Until Nigerians we arise and say we demand accountability, we deserve accountability. You are serving us, you are not serving yourself. In a time like this, there is now people can no longer eat well. Have you noticed that people are growing lean, apart from our politicians that are growing fat both in the tummy and on their neck? You see fat neck, and that is why they sleep in meetings. All right. So if we have a president, governors, senators, leaders in all phases that are ready to serve, to look at how their leadership is affecting the people, I believe they shouldn't be talking about buying of aircraft or for such whooping amount. All right. So it shouldn't be our priority now. This government is not prioritizing the primary need of the people. Rather, the non-essentials are what they are going for. All right. So if you ask me, it shouldn't be what should be on the table for discussion now, because Nigeria is really going through a lot and have a lot. Nobody is even talking about what to be done to bring down the price of fuel. They're not talking about what can be done or what they are going to do to bring down the dollar rate in Nigeria, which is affecting so many things. Transportation. What are they doing to so many? If you go to so many states today, there are no good roads linking the state to another state.
Yeah.
Now, if there are no good road network, how will business function well? Now, what are they doing about the electricity tariff that is affecting almost everybody? Businesses. Now, what are they doing about the tax rates that now there is no system that, okay, as Nigerians, you pay lower and foreigners. What happened to all these things? These major primary needs that the people are suffering from, why are they not considering it? Why are they out there for their comfort? And you say you are serving. I remember when you see an apprentice that is serving, because as a leader you're supposed to be serving. There are inconveniences. You go out of your comfort to please your master, to please the one you are serving. That is how it's supposed to be. The leaders are meant to serve the people so that in return we vote them and say yes, even if you want to lead us again.
Yeah.
So these leaders are not concerned about how we think.
Yeah.
They do things and they are just telling us for us to be aware. They are not concerned about how we think.
My concern is that, quite understandable, the safety of Mr. President, fine. We don't want him to die. Quite understandable, the image of Nigeria. They want to attract foreign investors, which we have discussed on this table, that you are not taking care of in-house and you want to go and take care of people who would come outside. You are painting a good image of Nigeria. Meanwhile, Nigerians in diaspora are not even enjoying Nigeria, because if they are enjoying Nigeria enough, they won't be in diaspora. Now, quite understandable, all this justification given to why they have to get these aircrafts, quite understandable. But my concern is where all of this money are coming from. They said part of this bill, this 6.6 trillion naira that they allocated to these aircrafts, part of it will be funded with the 50 billion naira that is allocated to Presidential Infrastructure Development Fund. So there is a purse that is meant for buildings of roads, creating employment opportunity for Nigerians. They will take 50 billion out of this purse. At the same time, they would borrow $2.5 billion from World Bank. They are still processing the approval of this $2.5 billion from World Bank to buy this. Now, my question is, why indebt yourself to get something new? I think it will be more honorable, because they said the 2 trips he went to the last time that he took commercial plane. It will be more honorable when you take commercial plane. It will reduce cost of governance, and even the people you want to go and attract investments from, they would see that this is a leader who is willing to even sacrifice his own safety to ensure the growth of your country, of his nation. Then they would be willing to invest. But now you are indebting yourself, indebting your country, just because you want to get a new aircraft. What is the means to pay back this money? Yes, we know it is not a personal property. We know it is something that Nigeria will enjoy on the long run. But why tax yourself? Why tax the nation? Because definitely it's not taxing his purse. Why taxing the nation to get something that will only last you for a period of time? Why would you have to do that? Why would you go to this extent? Why not make do with what you have? Or probably sell the 3 fleets that they said they want to sell and get something that is mini and affordable with that amount of money. Or even cut that. Don't remove from this. There was a time they said they want to remove pension from pension funds, pensioner money, to build infrastructure.
Yeah, people kicked against it.
If not that people kicked against it, they would have taken that. That is if they even listen to people on the long run, and if they would not go behind our back to remove that pension fund. Now you're removing money for infrastructure. If you go to some roads, like you mentioned, if you go to some roads in this part of the world, you will be wondering that, is this not okay? There is a particular road currently, a road that links Adodo in Ogun State. That road is a federal project. Especially now that it is raining back to back, people will have to swim that road, even to the point that they have to put a canoe there for people to pass. This is a federal project, and Lagos, most of the residents at Adodo currently, they are Lagos residents, and the Lagos state government and the Ogun state government, they are saying we cannot do this project because it is a federal government project. They didn't do that. This is the money that is allocated to that road. They are not doing it, but they want to get presidential fleet. Get just for the image of Nigeria that is tarnished already. Because if you look at it, the image you are trying to protect, the people inside are saying we are not enjoying anything. So why do you want to go and keep protecting it outside? You are not taking care of your people inside. You want to take care of the needs outside. So what are you trying to protect exactly? So my own concern is where this money is coming from, that we are going to be further indebted. We are taking a loan to satisfy a craving that you don't even know if you will enjoy. So that's just my thoughts on this. But I would like to hear your final word so we can round up on this.
Okay, we will keep talking until when we hope that God will touch them to start hearing us. You see, now is not the time to, considering how much we are owing a loan already. Just because the World Bank and the people that are borrowing us this money is because we have resources. We have things that they know that is capable of, that ensure that their money is safe. Why not we, venture into developing these resources that can fetch us money and equally take care of our needs? The buying and borrowing of money now just to buy aircraft is not a wise thing to do for any government that has the interest of their citizen in mind. What happens when you leave office? How will this money be paid? We have been borrowing without paying back. We keep on piling. The borrowing keep on going on. What factors have been put in place to ensure now this money is not being borrowed to invest in something that will bring in money to the nation's purse? So it means that we are borrowing for frivolities.
Exactly.
And it's not healthy. It has never helped the growth of any nation. There is no leader that is said to have the growth of his nation, his people, in mind that will go this lane. Borrowing to buy aircraft is not a wise, considering that you are just 1 year in office. And somebody is coming to say that nobody is strong enough to defeat this administration in the coming election. Well, we know how much. If just imagine that anything happens tomorrow, how will Nigeria pay this money? What are the things that are being used as collateral for this money they are borrowing? All right. So the borrowing, this money supplementary budget is not bad if it were to be used for agriculture. Now, yesterday we took a story that the health sector, some health sectors have not been paid for like 6 months. It's a bad thing, and we are borrowing for aircraft. It's not the right thing to do.
All right. On this note, we are calling it a quit right here at Prime Media TV. If Mr. President had passed this supplementary budget basically for an asset, to purchase an asset that will bring in more money, Nigeria will give them kudos. But on this case, it is a liability, something you get and on the long run will diminish in its value. It is not necessary at this time. So this is all that we can take on the newspaper review segment right here at Prime Media TV. But before we leave the studio, we'd like that you follow us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook, we're Prime Media TV. On Instagram and TikTok, we're Prime Media Studios. On the website where you're currently watching us, we're enginespeak.com. And you can do well to follow us on YouTube at Enginespeak. I am Ayo. Until I come your way again, do have a great day.